Thank you for tuning in. Thanks for being part of our program. Here we are together again on the radio. And in this segment of the program, I want to talk about, I've talked many times on the show about losers. And I have a hard and fast rule in my life. And this extends everywhere from the slug that's sitting on the sofa at home to the guy with the hollowed-out milk carton sitting in front of the 7-Eleven. I don't help losers. I've got the financial resources to help people, and I do help people. Let me tell you who the people are that I help without naming them or telling you, that I'm helping anybody. When I help somebody financially, they are somebody who works. They work hard. They may have suffered a setback because of an illness. Or they may have lost their job, but they'll be back to work soon. But they are people who work, people who try, people who are actively trying to make something of themselves, something better than what they are. I grew up dirt poor, and as I made my way through school and then through this business, from time to time, people helped me out. I like to think they helped me out because they thought I had potential, or because they knew that the only reason I was short of cash was because I was in the process of trying to do something with my life. Something great. I have paid back with interest the vast majority of people who I can recall who ever helped me. And I like to help people themselves who work, who try, who work their way up the ladder. People with jobs, people who just can't get by. I don't help everybody. You can't help everybody. But people I know who work hard, people I know who are not slugs, people I know who are not drug addicts or alcoholics, I help them. Now, let me give you examples of the kind of people I don't believe in helping. Again, I've got the financial resources to help anybody. I do. There are people I don't help. I had 3 cousins, brothers, all of whom were heroin addicts. And at least 2 of them have died. As far as I'm concerned, see ya. I'm not going to help you out. I'm not going to send you any money. I'm just not going to do it. Yeah, one died from an overdose. One died from AIDS because he shared needles with somebody when he was shooting up. The other I know was a heroin user. I just don't know whatever happened to him. Haven't heard from him in a long time. He could be alive or dead. I don't know. But if you don't care whether you're alive or dead, why should I care? Other people I don't help. Anybody I'm dating. Anybody. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it. Here are people I especially don't help. People I used to date who now need help and call me and say, I need help. No. Not doing it. Don't call me. Not helping. Just not going to do it. Drunks, drug addicts, slackers, bums, no interest, even if they're in my own family. Hard workers, people with focus, people who are driven, people who need a leg up while they're trying to accomplish something great. What is that? Sounds like a plane again. Anyway. Hopefully they're going to fix this roof one of these days. Anyway, losers, I don't believe in helping them. And that includes, especially if they're in the family, I go a step further. Even if it's somebody I'm dating or somebody I'm living with. No. They need to learn. You know, money is a very emotional subject for people. And I look at a dollar bill, and I think of what I did to earn that dollar bill. I mean, a dollar bill has worth on its own, but it also has intrinsic value in that you had to do something to get it. It is a measure of your work. It is a measure of your creativity. It is a measure of your ability to sell, to market, to provide a service people want. And on top of that, it is a product of your putting it away, saving it, being prudent with it, investing with it. That's what a dollar is. The more dollars you have managed to take in, save, invest, it shows something about your life. It tells something about you. Money is not inherently bad or inherently good. Any more than the number 6 is inherently good or bad, okay? It is a measure. It's a measure of something. And in most cases, it's a measure of your creativity, your talent, your ability, your willingness to sacrifice, willingness to save, invest, plan. It measures all of those things. And I don't feel guilty about having it. What I do feel guilty about is sharing it with people who didn't earn it. Sharing it with people who don't work, don't care, don't save, don't plan, don't invest. People who put needles in their arms, people who tie hoses around their arms. I have no interest in helping those people, and I won't. If you're standing outside the AM/PM with a Hawaiian punch can, I'm not putting money in it. I'm not ever going to put money in it. Ever. Simple as that. Something wrong with me?
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM.
You have got to be like the lowest rung on the evolutionary ladder I've heard in a long time.
Really?
Yeah.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. Lee on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. First-time caller, few-month listener.
Cool.
I agree with you on a few of your points about the whole money thing. I'm very driven and look at the money the same way you do. The one thing, though, when you mentioned the whole bum thing, you know, one thing that really bothers me, though, is, like, you're an educated man, I'm sure you're aware of this, is that so many people have the mental illness aspect of it. And that, you know, with people who are lazy and who just won't put the effort for it to go get a job, I have the same opinion as you, but the people who, like, have serious mental issues and are out on the street, I don't mind giving them $1 or $2. I mean, I feel bad for them for the most part.
Well, in most cases, you're giving them $1 or $2 to buy booze or drugs. That's what they're doing with it.
Well, I know, but what's the better thing that they can do? I mean,
Well, in many cities, and I can't say this for every city, in many cities, especially the ones that spend a lot of tax dollars on liberal causes, like New York City, for example, there are plenty of places for people to go if they've got those problems. They don't choose to be treated.
And that's true.
And so if they don't choose to use the resources available to them, why should I help them?
Right. I'm just saying a lot of them don't even have the mental capacity, though. They have so many, like, problems.
I totally disagree with that. I totally disagree with that. There are some people who don't have the mental capacity. Most people are lucid enough to know who you are and that you've got money and that you're going into the 7-Eleven. They were lucid enough to set up at the 7-Eleven or the ATM or the AM/PM or wherever they are.
No, I know what you're saying, but
the Circle K.
Where they're coming from is like the statistics on just the mental illness alone, and like the people coming back from wars and are homeless from way back from...
You know what? How do you know if these people have come back from wars? People put signs up all the time.
I don't know that, and I know if they're not doing probably mostly good.
Lots of people. I would love to know how many of those people who claim to be veterans out of the street with those cardboard signs were actually ever in the service.
Right, and I know what you're saying. I know your view on that. I see where you're coming from on it. I just, it still hits me kind of hard just knowing the statistics on how...
Well, then keep giving your money out, but I'm not going to do it. And by the way, if I give money to anybody, it would be an organization that helps people, not the people themselves.
Right. And I understand where you're coming from.
Because that person, in most cases, is going to buy a Colt 45 with that money.
Right.
You're not helping them.
So, yeah, no, I totally respect your view. I'm just saying it still kind of hits me in the gut, like just knowing that, learning about the statistics on it. And I mean, a lot of them are kind of pushing it and trying to milk you for what you're worth, but then I feel like there's still a lot of them that just seriously can't get help and are out on the streets. And
all I know about is that in cities like New York, they go out and do sweeps on the street all the time to try to encourage people to come get the help that's available to them, and many of them turn it down. I don't have no interest in helping them. None. Tom on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hello, Tom.
Hello, Tom.
I really agree with what you had to say. And talking about people on the street, I'll give food before I'll give money. But what I really wanted to say is that I have a friend who we were in school together, and he wanted to pursue a career outside of university, and he left. And we all discouraged him from doing so because he would have lost support from his parents by leaving. He chose to anyway. It didn't go too well, and for a while it was really hard to help him out when he was in a tight spot. But seeing him in recent months turn around and really start going for what he wanted to do and doing really, really well, now I feel better about helping him out when he's in a place where he can't support himself. I
understand.
It's all in seeing, I guess, their motivation, their plan, and their drive to get done what they want to get done.
Many people, though, their drive is to get other people to help them.
Believe me, freeloaders, we have far too many of them.
That's right. And I have no interest in helping people like that. None.
No, not at all. Yeah, that's it. Can you blow me up twice?
Of course I can. How about 4 times? There. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Ian on the Tom Leykis show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How's it going?
Okay.
Good. Hey, I had a comment about this whole subject. I agree with you wholeheartedly in every aspect possible with the homeless people and not giving them money, helping people out that you feel are deemed worthy. Situation I'm in right now.
Oh, yeah, the reason I tell you that story, by the way, is so you know I'm not a complete jerk when it comes to this. It's not that I don't believe in helping people who need help.
Yeah.
It's that if I don't know for sure that you've done your best to help yourself, isn't that quote from the Bible? God helps those who help themselves. If I don't know for sure that you helped yourself, I'm not going to help you.
I completely agree. Situation I'm in is I've been doing construction since I was 16 years old. I got a 8-month pregnant wife right now, and I've been busting my butt constantly since I was out of the house at 17. And I actually have a friend right now whose dad is going to help me get my contractor's license because he knows I'm worthy. He knows I can do it. It's just a matter of being able to pay for it. And he's going to help me out with that. And then, it's just it's been a tumbling road of nonstop BS. And it's finally coming down to where a lot of people have been helping me and my wife out because of the
wait a minute. Why are you having kids when you don't have the money to have them?
Yeah, that was kind of stupid on our part, but
I don't understand why anybody does that.
Yeah, I don't know. But now I'm one of them, and I'm trying my damnedest to pull myself out of a rut I've gotten myself into. But
my point is, like in your case, the way I would, if I saw you, I would say, why would I help you? You're doing stupid things. Why do I want to help you?
Yeah.
And why would I want to help you?
Yeah.
No
and,
offense.
The homeless thing. I've actually taken 2 homeless guys and 3 of their dogs into my house at one point to feed them. My wife and I took them in, and
that's because you're not very far away from that.
Say what?
That's because you're not very far away from them.
No, actually,
you're 2 steps above homelessness. You know, you're just about there.
What was that?
But from what you tell me, you're like 2 steps above homelessness.
Well,
that's why you empathize with the homeless.
I don't know, maybe. But my point is, we actually offered to take them to one of those shelters that will actually shower them, give them food, give them money for the bus to go to job interviews, give them clothes for that, and they denied it. They said, no, thanks, we've been there before. And this guy was so hyped up on speed, I wasn't even about to give him any money for anything. He actually asked and said, hey, could we get a couple bucks for the bus? And I was like, well, I can drive you where you need to go. And they completely denied it. I mean, another story, when I was 14, my mom went to a McDonald's one day. She saw a guy sitting on the side of the road, homeless guy with a sign and everything. Bought him an entire, Big Mac value meal, and she gave it to the guy while at a stop sign. And he gave it back and said, I don't eat Big Mac.
Yeah, well, I think that tells you a lot right there. Unbelievable. 1-800-5800-TOM is our telephone number. It's Will on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hey, Tom. How you doing?
I'm okay.
Good to talk to you, Father.
I know.
I totally agree with you about the drug addicts and the alcoholics and not giving to them, because what happens is they're going to do the exact same thing. They're going to get back into the same track that they got into, and you're totally right. And what you said before earlier was interesting about how you said you like to help people that are hard workers and that are focused and driven. Now, I'm a first-time caller, and I've been a long-time listener. Probably, I don't know how long time you think a year and a half is, but that's how long I've been listening to you, and I think you're great. But I live in Los Angeles, and I'm a musician, and I was asking you for help today.
No, I can't, and for 2 reasons. One is, if I help you, the other 4 million listeners are going to call in and ask me to do the same. 2, you're a musician? Get in line. How many musicians are trying to make it in Los Angeles?
That's very true. I understand that completely. How many musicians are focused and actually have real jobs and can pay for their families and pay for their lives and pay for recording equipment and actually get a CD done with a barcode on it, get it on iTunes, and stay focused?
Yeah, but
that's what separates me from different people.
Well, you understand, you're like so many people. First of all, I don't know you. And maybe I'd have a different attitude if I knew you. I don't know enough about you. But I look at your age, 28 years old, and you're still fooling around with trying to become a musician.
Sure.
That's what I would look at if I knew you.
Okay, that's great.
And I would say 28, it's getting a little late.
Well, I started a year and a half ago.
What?
It's one of those things where you live your life and you start doing the things that you think are going to make you happy, and then you get to your career where you're like, this is great, but there's something else in life that I want to focus on.
Okay.
And I did not quit my job. I did not stop making money. I still can pay my mortgage.
That's good.
And this is a little hobby that I started on the side that, we started playing shows, and people really like music. And, I don't think 28 is very old at all for how long I've been at it.
Well, again, it's hard to be starting out at 26 or whatever. Because this is a business where people succeed at 18 or 20. So, you're behind. But guess what? You say you have your job, you have your career such as it is. You say you're married?
Yes, I am.
And you have a kid?
I have 2 children. 2
children.
They're very well provided for.
All right, but you understand that the likelihood of succeeding with that kind of family situation, if you plan to keep your family together, is slim.
Sure. Oh, I understand that completely.
Okay. But anyway, bottom line is, I don't mean to diss you in any way. It's just to say, the people I help out are people I know. And I don't know you. But I do help people I know.
I'm not asking for money.
Well, it doesn't matter what it is you're asking for. I can't give you free plugs on the air or have you play a gig. Again, everybody listening would ask for that.
Sure, absolutely.
And
I'll tell you what. How about this, Tom? why don't you, on your own time, off air, take a look at my music, and if it's something that you do like, you're
more than welcome to send your MySpace link in or whatever. I'll be happy to take a look. But whether I can do anything is a whole other question. But I thank you for the call. 1-800-5800-TOM. Erica on the Tom Leykis Show. Hello.
Hello, Tom. How are you?
Hello. I'm okay.
Great. I love your show. Welcome to Phoenix.
Thank you.
It's good to have you here. I always tell all my girlfriends to listen to you because you have good advice that even women can take.
Well, thank you for
Definitely. That. You bet. Listen, I want to give a shout-out to the people out there that are working hard, that are being responsible, that are doing the things that they need to do, and still can't get the help that they need. Myself, for example, I've had the same job 15 years. I married a man that got into drugs, bad situation. I reached out to every law firm, get some pro bono work for a divorce that I needed, do this, do that. No, you make too much money. You do this, you do that. I can't really get a lot of help that I need because of working hard.
But you did make some bad decisions.
Right.
One, you didn't go to college. Two,
Pardon me?
One, did you go to college?
I did go to college.
You said you've been working 15 years and you're 33 years old.
Yes.
Well, how'd you go to college and work full-time at 18?
I worked full-time, went to college, and supported 2 kids by myself.
Oh, and why did you have 2 kids?
Okay, you're getting way sidebarred. The point is...
No, I'm really not. The point is, part of this is due to your own decisions.
I take responsibility for that. However, I think that there should be more help for people out there that really
make bad decisions. But there are people who make bad decisions. That's what I want to do is try to encourage people to make good decisions. And one of those is, if you can't afford to have children, how about you not have them?
I don't quite think that my children are a mistake in any way. And I like you, Tom, so don't...
Well, here's why they're a mistake, because now you're asking other people to help you.
No, actually, the only help that I really wanted was some help getting a divorce, some help getting back on my feet after
that's money. But that's money, you see. And if you didn't have children, you would not be in this position.
Oh, no, you're going the wrong direction with this.
I'm really not, though. You see, you don't want to deal with that fact, but it's true.
I don't think so. I don't think my children were a bad decision. I just think that my marriage failed, that I work hard. I bring home the bacon. I take care of myself. I don't make bad decisions regarding my home life or my family, and I just wish that there were more programs out there for people that did work hard and that did do the things that they were expected to do.
Well, I would not be in favor of giving money to people whose ex-husbands don't pay child support.
How do you pay child support from prison?
Well, dear, what were you doing getting with a guy who had those kinds of proclivities?
He didn't. People, you know how meth is, Tom. It's hideous.
Come on.
People get into that after the fact, and there's really no...
What do you mean after? What do you mean they get into it after the fact? When did you meet this guy?
When did I meet him?
Yeah. How old were you?
23.
So you were 23?
Yeah.
And how old was he?
22.
And he had never used a drug before? Ever?
No, not meth. He was a pothead hippie guy.
A pothead hippie guy. Sounds like a very responsible individual. And so you married a pothead hippie guy, and you're amazed that he had interest in other drugs.
When we got together, I wasn't too far from that myself when we got together, but some people grow up and some people don't.
I mean, dear, you were an adult already.
I don't know.
You were an adult.
He was fully integrated into adulthood.
Well, you were able to sign contracts. You were able to vote. You were able to buy a house. You were an adult.
Right, but I don't think I should be punished as far as a bad decision.
No one's punishing you. You punished yourself.
In some ways, yes, but...
You did this, and you see, that's why you're in trouble now, because you really don't want to take responsibility for your part in this.
It's very discouraging, though, to work so hard to take responsibility.
Well, you should have thought of that before you got married with a pothead hippie guy and then had children with him. You know, you should have given that some thought.
I hear what you're saying, but even still, once you do decide that you're going to go the right...
There are penalties and consequences for our actions.
You like to interrupt, don't you?
Yeah, well, that's my job. I'm here. We're not here to just listen to you. People are listening for the interaction between me and the caller.
I get that, Tom, and I hear what you're saying, but I...
And what I'm saying is true.
I do wish there were more programs for people.
I sure you do. I wish somebody would give me a $100 bill right now. I wish they would. Just hand it to me. No, I don't have to do anything for it.
Tom, the thing that bothers me is it's very discouraging for me. I've worked my way up the ladder through my corporation. Every time I reach out for anything, it's, you make too much money to qualify. And that's what pisses me off.
Well, you probably do. How much do you make?
$50,000.
$50,000 a year, and you want charity.
I don't want charity. I just want a little extra help.
What extra help is just a code name for charity.
You know, I think that they should offer...
You want more money for not doing anything.
I think that they should offer people whose spouses are in prison free divorce. That's what I think. I don't think that's unreasonable. There's tons of lawyers out there.
I think when you choose somebody who's a lawbreaker and marry them, you pretty much know what you're getting yourself into.
Because he smoked pot, I don't know.
Right? You know what? That's a crime.
It is a crime, but it's...
And you said he was a hippie type, and hippie types generally don't just stick to pot. They generally try other things, and my guess is he tried other things.
Well, I was unaware of that, and perhaps I did make a bad choice, but I have to go back to the point where I do just wish that there was more help for people like my situation, where I do work hard.
But you know, there's nobody crying crocodile tears out there with your $50,000 a year. Nobody's feeling sorry for you.
No, it might seem like a lot. And you know what, I didn't even tell you that my brother, who's my roommate, just got fired, and I depend on him for supplemental income, and it's just like every time I try to get ahead in life, something sets me back. And I know that's life, and I know you're going to think I'm whining, but it's just...
Yes, you should have done the right things in the first place.
Yeah, well, we all should.
Uh-huh. So let me understand, how long have you been divorced now?
Actually, I just finished tying it up because...
And how long... When did you separate from your ex?
Oh, 4 years ago.
4 years ago. So let's review. You were with him between ages 23 and 29. How old are your children?
6 and 8.
So you had children at the age 25 and 27. When did you find out he was on crystal meth?
It's been a few years.
How many years?
Together.
Has it been more than 6 years?
I'd say so.
Has it been more than 8 years?
No.
All right, so you had one child with him already, and then after you found out he was on crystal meth,
no, you are not going to
you had another baby with a meth addict.
You're not going to
Wait a minute. Yeah, I just did. Whose fault is that?
I take responsibility for that.
No, you don't. You want people to give you, quote-unquote, extra help, which means charity.
But people make bad decisions all the time. Would you rather give your $5 to the bum on the street that's going to go buy crack or someone that...
You know what I'd rather do with my $5? I'd rather give it to somebody who really needs it. Somebody who makes $20,000 a year and works 3 jobs.
Raising 2 kids by yourself is a second
After
job.
you chose to have children with a meth addict.
Well, you know, Tom, I still love you. And
the great thing about charity is that you get to decide who you're going to help and who you're not.
But we do have to agree to disagree on this one. I think I should have got a discount divorce. And
well, I know you think that, dear, and you think you should get extra help from people, a little extra this and a little extra that, but you know what? You put yourself in this mess.
Tom Leykis. 1-800-5800-TOM. 1-800-5800-866.
I got a question for you, man. My girlfriend found my porn collection, and she's kind of mad at me. She thinks that masturbation's just like cheating.
How old are you?
I'm 18.
At 18, masturbation is not only a birthright, it's a necessity.
The Tom Leykis Show.
It's the Tom Leykis Show. At 1-800-5800-TOM. Thank you for tuning in. Cassandra, hello.
Hello.
Yes.
I just got to say, the things you were saying to the woman about the kids, I totally agree with you. I am one of 10 kids, and I'm the only one to go to college, and anytime anybody needs anything, they try to call me. And it's gotten to a point where they even ask their kids to call me to get money from me, and it's never worked, and it never will.
Good for you.
I worked hard. I worked really hard to get through college. And they all sat on their asses, and it's just been crazy.
I'm proud of you, Cassandra. You worked hard. You should enjoy the fruits of your labor and not let them drag you back into the quicksand with them.
Exactly. and the sense of entitlement is absolutely infuriating.
Mm-hmm.
I actually had a sister come to my house when I was 6 months married and rip me off for everything electronic on the first floor of my house. And now if I bring it up, I'm the bitch.
Unbelievable.
It's absolutely unbelievable. I mean, I had an experience here in Oakland where I had seen this homeless guy repeatedly, and I thought, okay, let me offer to buy him something to eat. We were in front of a taco stand, and I said, well, can I buy you a taco? And he says, I want some oysters, and there's this place on the other side of Oakland that has oysters. You can go get me some oysters. I said, are you out of your effing mind? It's amazing, the sense of entitlement. It just drives me berserk.
That phrase, sense of entitlement, I've used it many times myself about people, and I completely understand what you're talking about. People who think that just because they exist, you owe them money.
Exactly. And because Sister Ashley said, well, you have a car. I was like,
right.
Of course I do.
Exactly.
Why did I pay for it?
That's right.
And, I'm 44, and I don't have children by choice. And I actually had a sister say to me, well, how did you make it to 40 and not get caught?
Not get caught?
Not get caught. That was her attitude about having kids.
Well, why don't she have kids if she doesn't want to get caught?
Exactly. It's like in the year 2006, if you have a baby, you chose that. Period.
That's right.
Period.
Oh, is there a law that says you have to have children now?
No.
Good thing. I'd be in prison.
Okay. They put me in prison, too. Throw away the key.
There you go.
The sense of entitlement is the thing that really gets to me. That if I have something, because you're related to me by blood, you should have it, too.
Yeah.
It's just ridiculous.
Oh, I agree. I totally agree. I think everybody who knows me now knows this. But every once in a while, a new person slips into the fold.
Yep. And the piece that's really crazy to me is that my brothers and sisters are now using their kids. Like I'll get a letter saying, Auntie Cassandra, I don't have a winter coat.
Oh, please.
I'm serious. I got a letter like that last winter.
Get a job. Work harder.
Exactly. And then their excuse is, well, you don't have kids to feed and support.
Oh.
Right.
So therefore it's your job to help out.
Oh, of course.
Outrageous.
It's outrageous. And, when I was working 3 jobs and going to college, did anybody make me a hot meal? Did anybody call and say, sis, do you have some place to go for Thanksgiving? Absolutely not.
Yeah. Did anybody make you a cup of coffee when you were studying for exams?
No.
No.
When I graduated from high school, which my 2 older sisters never did, when I graduated from high school, the big fear in the family was, she doesn't have a boyfriend, what are we going to do?
Unbelievable.
I said, I'm going to college. And the response is, well, why do you want to do that?
By the way, what do you do for a living?
What do I do for a living? I'm a college professor.
Fantastic. I love when people work hard and accomplish something. I think that's great.
And all it took was being willing to work. That's what it took.
Well, it took 2 things. To being willing to work and having a focus or a goal in mind.
Yes.
You got to have both. Because, I'm going to tell you why. We were dirt poor.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody worked harder than my father, but he was always spinning his wheels. He was always working at jobs with no future, jobs that were temporary or whatever. He was always spending his money, running up credit cards and stuff. So it didn't matter what he did. It was never going to accomplish anything in a big way.
Yeah.
So you got to have both, and you had both.
I had to, because I saw what was going on around me.
And I'll bet there are people in your family who have problems with you, or they're angry at you, or jealous of you.
Oh, big time.
You got the job done, and I'm proud of you. Send us an email. Our email address is my name. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. It's Tom at blowmeuptom.com. Or go to our newly redesigned website. You can hear our show live, the way nature intended it, between 3 and 8 p.m. Pacific time. Just go to blowmeuptom.com. Click on the Listen Live button between 3 and 8, and you'll be listening live.
The Tom Leykis Show.